shouting out the quiet moms.
Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out to all those mothers, those women, our grandmothers, great grandmothers, aunts, mothers, contemporaries, elders, those women who stepped up to the plate and didn't get child support and never asked for child support, was never offered child support for whatever reason. They had to raise children with just their income. I want to give a shout out to those who didn't complain about it, didn't talk about it, and did what they needed to do in order to make sure that their children had good experiences and were safe, all right, and matured to be great people. As much as people complain and think that, you know, that there are people out here having babies for checks and that kind of stuff. If your parents, if you were born before the 90s, that wasn't the percentages they were asking your father to take out of his check, if they even asked him, was negligible. Believe that. Don't believe the hype. And but shout out to those mothers who didn't even ask for that. Shout out to those mothers who didn't keep the children away from their fathers, even though they should have. They chose to still allow them to engage with their family on the other side. Shout out to those mothers who sacrificed like that against their own better judgment, and sometimes their judgment proved to be correct, but they were trying to be fair. You did the best you could. So I wanted to shout out those moms, all right, who have done the best they knew how, who still educated their children, who still took their children to church, who still raised productive adults in this society. Shout out to those ladies. Not a lot is ever mentioned about you. And of course, there are fathers who had to do the same things because they lost their wives or got divorced or, something, or someone was hospitalized or something like that. So shout out to that as well. Always in the military on any end. Um, but there were mothers and aunts and grandmothers and uncles and grandfathers and cousins and good people, friends, good men and women who helped you raise your child or your children. And you did a good job. You did the best you could. You didn't complain about it. And you kept it moving. And kept it professional. Right? So, I just wanted to take time to remember those women who have suffered in silence. Those grandmothers and mothers that said nothing and took and put up with a whole lot in order to keep roofs over our heads, in order to allow us to be educated. Sometimes they even separated themselves from us and sent us to live with a cheating father and his new family. Shout out to those women, those who sacrificed even their children's respect or love for a while. Not enough is ever said about those women who have sacrificed like that.